I am making a Generator deck profile. The deck is really fun, and my current version is built for Master Rule 5, but it can be used with any kind of links once you start getting monsters in play. Anyway, starting off with the main deck, or monster cards, play 3 Lone Fire Blossom. It's just tribute a plant, summon another plant from your deck, which is Mardell, Generator Boss of Light, which just adds any generator card. So this card by itself starts all your combos. Then I play 2 copies of Hela, Generator Boss of Doom. Each of the generators have the effect you control one of that specific one, and they each have an effect that involves tributing a generator or a monster of the corresponding type. So Hela is just tribute to bring back a generator or zombie from your grave. 1 Devalgus, not the best, but tributes a monster, summon another generator from your hand. 1 Idly. Idly is good, especially in this deck when you're self level 9 and play during your end phase, or during the opponent's end phase. Then you just go Monstrosity, summon this level 9, and your level 9 is going to stay on the field because of Idly's effect. Then I play 2 copies of Nidhogg, Generator Boss of Ice. I thought about taking this card down to 1 since its effect doesn't work the way I thought it does, but I feel like 2 is actually the right number. This is the only negation of the deck where if a monster would be special summoned, like Cyber Dragon's effect that just summons itself, or the summoning of a Contact Fusion, a Synchro Xyz, or Link, or a Pendulum Summon, this can stop those. However, effects that would summon themselves like Giant Rex, they can't stop. Then I play 2 Utgarda, Generator Boss of Delusion. I like this one because its effect is you tribute 2 monsters instead, target a card on the field, and banish it. Also, most generate effects are once per turn. Play 2 Mardell. Just when it's summoned, search for any generate card. And you can only use its light once per turn, and it'll let you search for anything, I believe, except Mardell. No, you can only control one. Oh, yeah. And then the next one's a proxy because I don't know where it is, but I do have it, and that's 1 copy of Frody, Generator Boss of Swords. Its ability is you contribute any number of generate or warrior monsters on your field, so then target cards your opponent controls, destroy them, and then your opponent draws 1 card for each card destroyed. And to finish off the monsters, I play 1 Naglfar, Generator Boss of Fire. If a card or cards on your field be destroyed battle or card effect, you can destroy 1 generated monster or beast warrior instead. Although something I found with this is with Naglfar and Idly. I was watching a video of someone and they actually pointed out that there's actually a dumb protection thing with Naglfar and Idly. You can, if the card be destroyed, you can attempt to have Naglfar destroy Idly. Idly isn't destroyed, and that doesn't matter because you were able to activate its effect. So you can protect cards without having to destroy anything once per turn. I might be wrong about that. I feel like it's wrong, but that's what I've heard, and I'm still trying to figure out if it's right yet. Moving on to the spells is the most important spell card in the deck. If you don't have it, then you're probably losing. And that's 3 copies of Generator Boss Stage. If your opponent would add a card from their deck to their hand, except even during damage, was it even or except? Okay, except during the damage step, then you can summon a generator monster from your deck in defense mode, and if you summon during your opponent's turn, once per turn, you get 4 tokens, or you can summon as many tokens as possible. But the fun part with this card is it's only hard once per turn is summoning of tokens. So you can activate 1, I have 1 active, your opponent draws a card, you summon a thing, summon 4 tokens, use a token, activate a new stage, make your opponent draw, and then you can summon another monster. Then I play 1 Terraforming so you can search stage. And then I play 3 copies of Dark World Dealings. Each player just draws a card. This just helps to trigger a stage on your turn. And then I play 3 Kujikiri Curse. This is just a trade-in for level 9 monsters. 3 World Legacy Monstrosity. Monstrosity has two effects where you can summon a level 9 from your hand, or target level 9 you control and summon two more level 9s of different types and attributes from your deck. This card works great in the Generaider deck because most of the monsters in the main deck are different types and attributes. Then I play 3 Boss Quest. With this card's effect, you reveal a Generaider monster from your hand, and then add 2 Generaider cards from your deck to your hand that are different names from each other and the card you revealed. And then you shuffle a deck, and then you put the revealed monster at the bottom of your deck. Because with Generaids, every Generate monster, except for Lobster, once it comes out in Eternity Code, is a brick. That is it for the spells. Moving on to the traps, I play 1 copy of Boss Room. Boss Room's effect lets you change cards that have been chained to a Generaider effect, like activate stage effect, your opponent chains Ogre. This will change Ogre's effect of destroying to each player draws a card by discarding 1 card. Then I play 2 copies of Heavy Slump. I don't know where they are, but I do have them. But Heavy Slump's effect, if your opponent has 7 or more cards in their hand, you can activate it so they shuffle their hand back into the deck and draw 2 cards. This deck makes your opponent draw a lot, so Heavy Slump's just a really fun gimmick card. Then I play 3 copies of Boss Fight. This lets you activate 1 Generaider field spell directly from your deck or graveyard, and then once it's activated, your opponent draws a card. So you can use this to activate a new stage on your opponent's turn. They draw a card, and now you can summon a monster with the new stage. And to finish off the traps, I play 3 Grand Horn of Heaven. Again, I know I have them, I just don't know where they are. But it's a counter trap, where if your opponent does a summon, the same kind of summon that Nidhogg can stop. If your opponent would special summon a monster, then you can negate the summon. They draw a card, and then they end the main phase. So it can be used in any phase except the battle phase. The idea is they go summon against Cyber Dragons. They go summon Cyber Dragon. You go Grand Horn. Now they're in battle phase. The only reason I don't like this is because of the potential of my opponent having evenly matched. Because there's not a way to stop that with this deck. And then moving on to the extra deck, I play 3 copies of Jormungandr, Generaider Boss of Eternity. This card is, I compare it to Slifer because it gains 1000 attack for each material. And once per turn, quick effects, you can use 1 material from it, so each player draws a card. And then each player attaches a card from their hand to it as material. Or from their hand or field as material. So it's just another way to get your opponent to draw to trigger stage. And then I play 1 copy of number 92. This card's funny because it can't be destroyed in battle. Your opponent takes any battle damage you would take from battles involving it. And during your opponent's end phase, you can use 1 material from it to then remove from play all cards that are on their field that were played that turn. So if you go first against Altergeist, play this. They summon Link Revo, set 4, pass. You can use material. Therefore, set cards are removed from play and Link Revo. So all they have in their hand is probably a multi-faker. And they can't really come back from that. And I play 3 copies of 9 Lives Cat. This card's fun because you can use material to bring back a level 9 from your graveyard or a monster from your opponent's grave. And while it's on the field, your opponent cannot target monsters that are special from the graveyard with card effects. Now I play 1 copy of number 9. Number 9's effect is, if at the start of the damage step, if it has a material, it can negate the attack. So it literally can't be attacked while it has materials. And you can use 1 material when your opponent has a monster that's just as strong or stronger than it to attack directly. And if it's attacked while it doesn't have any materials, you can target 2 monsters in your grave and they both become materials. And something I didn't mention about number 92 is if it's destroyed while it has a material, then it can special summon itself back from the grave and then gain 1000 attack for every card that was currently banished at the time of its summoning. Harder is a fun card in this deck. Then I play 3 Phantom Fortress Inner Blathnir. Use a material to then banish a card from your opponent's hand, banish a card from your opponent's graveyard, banish a card your opponent controls, or banish the top card of your opponent's deck face up. Then I play 3 copies of True King of All Calamities. Just easy to make in this deck and tells your opponent they can't play for 2 turns. And to finish off the extra deck, I play 1 Infinitrack Earth Slicer. This card can attach any number of materials to then target the same number of cards your opponent controls and destroy them. And if it destroys a monster in battle, rather than having that card go to the graveyard or the face up in the extra deck if it kills a pendulum, it just attaches a destroyed monster as material instead. That is it for my Generator deck profile. If you have any ideas what I can do to improve the deck, feel free to comment below. Thanks for watching.